I'm Andrew Bailey. I'm an attorney in Towson. We're here today because of the generosity of one man, Dr. Robert L. Burris. Bob had 2 doctorate degrees from University of Maryland. He was a professor at College Park, and he was an engineer with the state of Maryland. Bob had never married, he had no kids, and he was an only child. So I've had clients before who struggle with the notion of to whom to leave their estate. Bob had no such struggle. He knew from the beginning that he wanted to leave $1 million to the Childhood Speech and Language Center here with the Scottish Rite. So it's a very fitting legacy, I believe, for Bob, because he didn't have the normal kind of things that you could, the normal kind of situation where you could leave to your spouse or to your kids, but what a wonderful legacy that Bob has done something for the children of this area who can benefit and appreciate that for years to come. The commitment and the sacrifice that Bob made for the organization. Bob lived his entire life in Dundalk, in the house that his parents had bought in the early 40s. Bob was a member of the Patapsco Lodge of the Masons. Roy Hosier, the worshipful master of the lodge, was not able to come join us today, and he sends his regrets. It really gives me pleasure to be able to donate to the Masons for their Scottish Rite Childhood Speech and Language Center a check in the amount of $1 million from the estate of Robert Burris, a 32nd degree Mason with the Patapsco Lodge. I'm now going to turn this over to Jim Miller, Bob's longtime friend and personal representative of the estate.
Yeah, I'm here today. Well, I guess I got to turn around first. I'm here today in behalf of my friend Robert Burris. He and I got to be friends back in the mid-70s. Actually, he was my mentor. I soon learned that he had not 1 but 2 PhDs in engineering, and he also taught at the University of Maryland. Boy, did I take advantage of his wealth of knowledge over my career. And nicknamed him Dr. Bob, a name that actually caught on with all of our colleagues and friends and carried with him all the way to the day he passed last in April. He came this close to having the name Dr. Bob put on his marker, but he had his attorney there to keep me out of trouble. But Dr. Bob was always a charitable person. He was a good and loyal friend, and I'll tell you, my family and I miss him dearly. My kids talk about him all the time. My kids always had fun with him, pushing his buttons when he would come to visit. And actually, we miss him a great deal.
Yes.
But Bob was always the kind of person that wanted to be there to help somebody all the time. He was always offering to help somebody. And you're not going to be able to cash that check, I don't think. But if you can, give it a shot.
It sure does look good.
To that legacy of Bob's charity, here's a check that you actually can cash.
Oh, well, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
And I know that this is where he wanted it to be. This is where it would do the most good.
Well, thank you. Bob was he was in one of our one-day classes, and he was the treasurer for the Scottish Rite. He has been very generous to the Scottish Rite over the years in donations for our temple and all, so I can't say thank you enough to you and Bob himself. He'll leave quite a legacy that will benefit many, many children for years to come, so I do thank you very, very much.
It's been my pleasure.
One more time. And if we could introduce the county councilman here for coming today, I really do. Sir, I really do thank you for taking the time to be here. I really appreciate it. And you're welcome to come through the clinic anytime that you want to see what we do and see the work that we do there. And even though Bob was from Dundalk, he was always welcome here, and you are too. So thank you again for being here today. I really do appreciate it. And sir, I
Thank
thank you
you.
for all that you've done, all the contact that you've had with us over the last few months and all.
Of course, it's been my pleasure.
And like I said, you're always welcome to come down and check and see what we're doing in the clinic. And
I look forward to it.
like we talked a few minutes ago, we'll get a memorial put up on the building to memorialize Bob and the work that he's done here. So,
I wanted to ask Julian to just to speak for a moment. He
Yes.
himself is a Mason.
Yes, and I've never had an opportunity to meet Dr. Burris, but I can tell you the work, the donation that he made and the work that you do at your speech clinic will in fact change lives. And I'm a living testament, being a person who started out with a speech impediment. And I'm not saying I have the greatest life, but I have a very good life. And most people would consider me to be reasonably successful. And I attribute much of that to the fact that I was able to get the speech therapy at an early age that was needed and necessary, and it changed my life, whether it be my professional life or my life as an elected official today. So I know how important the work you're doing in terms of speech therapy is, and again, I'm a result of, so you can just imagine all these kids you see and all these kids you're helping, what they're going to be and how they're going to succeed in life as a result of the help you're providing.
Yes.
And Dr. Burris really make that possible to continue.
It goes
on
by
helping
Dr.
entities.
Bob.
Dr. Bob, Dr. Bob.